Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a short Necropolis video. This was in the middle of my third path. I started with Mr. Fantastic and I headed over to APOC. And this has the node where if you are cornering the champion, you are going to be taking some damage back. So the first time I did this fight, I used Kate Bishop, but the cornering playstyle that she has is pretty detrimental with this node set. So I specifically brought Absorbing Man for a couple reasons. For this fight, of course, and then also in the second half of the path that starts with Apocalypse, there are the indestructible buffs, which I know he's going to be able to ramp off of. So I thought he would be a good addition to the team for this path, and he really delivered on this Airwalker. So before we start, I just want to give a shout out to my buddy MP Blaze, who is recording a lot of his Necropolis fights, and I got the strategy for this fight from him. So thanks, MP. The way we're going to start this fight is in magma form. That's for a couple reasons. It just lasts longer. It does a little bit more damage overall in these long fights. And also, there are some energy related hits that we're going to be blocking, notably off of the special one. Now, the reason Carl is so good here is because he is armor break immune. So anytime we basically take a special one there, they're going to try to put an armor break on us, and we're going to gain 90 morph charges, which just allows us to always have access to regen and always be able to refine and just increase our damage. Now, I'm going for a special 3 to start, and then I kind of was looking at the fight and I decided that even though ramping more special 3s would give me more damage, because I had limited time, I was just going to be going for special 2s after this. I kind of missed the window where if I had been in my form when I threw this, I could have gotten 2 cruelties. So we only get the 1 cruelty. That's going to increase our crit damage, which does increase some of the red damage that we inflict on him. And then it also gives us a crit boost during this refined pause that we get here. So you're going to see I'm critting quite often for like the next bit of time here. Bait the special 2. So not much has happened yet, but like I said, I've kind of decided that going forward, I'm going to be just throwing special 2s. And the key with this fight is to be knocking him down. You have to look at that little Galactus Herald timer thing. If that ever gets fully to the end of that timer, he's going to be gaining a regen, and it's not going to be fun. So that's really the way that this fight can get out of hand. But he does have one of the smaller health pools in Necropolis. It's under 7 million. So I'm just kind of banking on the fact that if I spam special 2s, I'm going to be doing enough damage to get him down. And the other thing is, because I have access to this regen almost indefinitely, because he's placing the armor breaks on me, I'm kind of not scared of cornering him and allowing myself to be kind of aggressive, because at any point I can do medium, light, medium, and that's going to refine me and give me this big regen. And the way the regen works is on missing health, which means essentially the lower I get, the bigger the regen's going to be. So right now it's not even ticking for that much, but later you'll see that it's going to be ticking for an absolute ton. If we ever can, we're going to try to line up a heavy attack into the special 2. Doesn't always happen. There we do it during a stun, and pretty much every hit crits there, so that was pretty nice. We like to see that. And you know, we did get hit there, and we're healing a little bit off of those debuffs. But you know, I'm pretty much not planning to die in this fight, because Carl has insane regen in this long form content, and because we're getting the constant pauses and everything, we're just going to absolutely be doing a ton of damage, never lose our form, and just spamming special 2s at this point. So now we're at the halfway point of the fight, and we're not at 50%. So I do need to kind of turn it up to get the damage that we want here. But in some ways, the root helps us a little bit because it keeps us super close. And keeping it super close isn't good for the cornering node, but it is pretty good for being able to punish with heavies. Right there, you see those big yellow numbers followed by the big red numbers. That's the goal. That's what we want to be doing. The regen is just absolutely saving us from that corner damage. It's kind of nuts, man. It's kind of nuts. So, you know, Absorbing Man as a potion saver is really good. Now, as a 6-star, he's not going to have as much time as your 7-star rank 2s and things like that. You can see, like, I'm feeling like I'm running out of time. I've got less than a minute here. However, he's just doing plenty of damage, and he has the utility of this fight to be able to constantly knock down, not worry about taking any damage back from the Dark Tides or anything like that. The armor breaks are no issue at all, obviously, and that's basically the end of the fight. So enjoy the rest of this clip. Hopefully this was somewhat informational if you were looking for a way to take this Airwalker relatively cheap, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, have a great day.